From bulky TV sets to the palm of your hand, the way we watch movies and TV shows has evolved drastically. And at the forefront of this revolution is the undisputed king of streaming services, Netflix. In the early 2000s, Blockbuster Video was the undisputed king of the movie rental business, with over 9,000 stores worldwide and annual revenue of over $5 billion. Fast forward to today, Blockbuster has gone bankrupt, while Netflix has evolved into a global entertainment powerhouse, dominating the streaming landscape. But the story doesn't end there. Despite Netflix's incredible success, the company has recently experienced a downfall, with its stock price falling and its subscriber growth slowing down. So what happened? How did a company that seemed invincible just a few years ago face such challenges? In this video, we'll not only examine the rise of Netflix and fall of Blockbuster, but we'll also take a closer look at the current state of Netflix, its challenges, and its future. In the late 1990s, the movie rental industry was dominated by Blockbuster Video, which had over 9,000 stores worldwide and annual revenue of over $5 billion. At the time, movie rental stores were the go-to place for movie lovers to rent their favorite films. However, a small company called Netflix was about to change the game. Netflix began as a simple idea by Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph, two friends who had known each other since college. The year was 1997, and a young entrepreneur named Reed Hastings had just sold his software company, Pure Software, for a whopping $700 million. With his newfound wealth, he decided to take a break and go on a trip with his family. While on the plane, he realized he had forgotten to return Via's copy of the movie Apollo 13 to his local video store, and he was hit with a late fee of $40. Frustrated by the experience, he started thinking about ways to make movie rentals more convenient and affordable. Around the same time, Randolph had an idea for a business that would sell customized dog food over the internet. The two ideas merged into what would become Netflix. The idea was to create a service where customers could rent movies online and have them delivered straight to their homes with no late fees. In the beginning, the concept faced a number of challenges. First, DVDs were still a relatively new technology, and not many people owned players yet. Second, the internet was not yet widely used for e-commerce, so the idea of renting movies online was foreign to most people. And the two entrepreneurs had no experience in the movie rental business. Despite these obstacles, Hastings and Randolph decided to move forward with their idea. When Netflix first launched in 1997, its primary offering was a DVD rental service. Netflix's DVD rental service was a revolutionary concept. At the time, the traditional way to rent movies was by going to a physical video rental store like Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, or other local stores. These stores would charge customers a rental fee for each movie they wanted to watch, which they would then have to return within a specified time frame. If customers did not return the movie on time, they would be charged late fees, which could add up quickly. Netflix's DVD rental service, on the other hand, offered a much more convenient and affordable way for people to rent movies. Instead of going to a physical store, customers could sign up for a monthly subscription and choose from a selection of movies and TV shows that were available on the platform. Initially, Netflix only had a few dozen titles available for rent. But as the company grew, so did its selection. When a customer signed up for the service, they would create a queue of movies they wanted to watch. Netflix would then mail out the DVDs from a warehouse to the customer's home, with a prepaid envelope included for easy return. Customers could keep the DVD for as long as they wanted, with no late fees or due dates. Once they had finished watching the movie, they could simply put it back in the envelope and drop it in the mail. Everything was going right with Netflix. But in 2000s, the dot-com bubble had burst, and many companies were struggling to stay afloat. Netflix was no exception. Despite its growing popularity and loyal customer base, the company was losing money and needed a cash injection to keep going. At the time, Netflix co-founder Reed Hastings approached Blockbuster CEO John Antioco with a proposition to sell the company for $50 million. Antioco declined the offer, thinking that the DVD rental business was not a sustainable long-term model. This decision would later be seen as a critical mistake by many industry experts. Hastings decided to take Netflix public in 2002, raising around $82 million. The IPO gave the company the financial backing it needed to expand its DVD rental service and build a more extensive selection of titles. As Netflix's popularity continued to soar in the mid-2000s, Blockbuster realized it needed to make a change to stay competitive. In 2004, Blockbuster launched its own online DVD rental service called Blockbuster Online, which offered a similar service to Netflix. Customers could sign up for a monthly subscription and choose from a selection of DVDs, which Blockbuster would mail out to them. Blockbuster even went one step further than Netflix by allowing customers to exchange their mailed DVDs for in-store rentals at any Blockbuster location. This hybrid model of online and in-store rentals was seen as a potential advantage over Netflix, which only offered online rentals at the time. Blockbuster also offered a wider selection of new releases than Netflix, which had to wait a few weeks after a movie's release before it was available for rental. This gave Blockbuster a potential edge in the battle for customers. Have you ever heard of Walmart DVD rentals? In the early 2000s, Walmart tried to enter the DVD rental market, competing against Netflix and Blockbuster. But Walmart's approach to pricing was different than its competitors. They used a loss-leading strategy, which meant the DVD rental service was priced lower than its cost to attract customers and gain market share. However, despite offering a monthly subscription fee of only $18.86 for unlimited rentals, Walmart's DVD rental service failed to gain traction in the market, ultimately resulting in its closure in 2005. In 2007, Netflix made a bold move that would change the entertainment industry forever. They launched their online streaming service, allowing subscribers to instantly watch TV shows and movies on their computers without having to wait for DVDs to arrive in the mail. The streaming service was an instant success and brought Netflix a whole new wave of subscribers. The company's stock price also soared as investors saw the potential in this new business model. But Netflix didn't stop there. They knew that with so much content available, subscribers needed a way to find something they would enjoy. So, they built a powerful algorithm that would suggest content based on a person's viewing history and preferences. This algorithm, known as the recommendation engine, has become one of Netflix's most valuable assets. It uses data on a person's viewing history, as well as factors such as the time of day and day of the week, to suggest content that the person is likely to enjoy. The recommendation engine has been a major factor in Netflix's continued success. As Netflix's popularity continued to grow, Blockbuster struggled to keep up. Their stores were becoming increasingly obsolete as more people shifted to online rentals, and their own attempts at online streaming and personalized recommendations paled in comparison to Netflix offerings. In the end, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy in 2010. Now Netflix found itself in a unique position. It had grown to become the dominant player in the movie and TV streaming industry, with no real competition to speak of. With its DVD rental service still going strong and its online streaming service gaining popularity, Netflix decided to take a bold step forward by producing its own original TV shows. In 2013, Netflix released its first original series, House of Cards, which was an instant hit. The show, starring Kevin Spacey and Robin Wright, was a political drama that captivated audiences and critics alike. Its success paved the way for other original shows like Orange is the New Black, Stranger Things, and The Crown, which also became immensely popular. As a result, Netflix continued to grow in popularity, with its subscriber base increasing every year. By 2020, Netflix had over 200 million subscribers worldwide and was the world's leading streaming service. Investors who had bet on Netflix's growth were also handsomely rewarded. The company's stock price skyrocketed, reaching a peak valuation of over $306 billion. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic brought many changes to our lives, and the entertainment industry was no exception. With people staying at home more, streaming services like Netflix saw a surge in demand for their content. As the pandemic raged on, Netflix continued to release new content, including hit shows like Tiger King and The Queen's Gambit, which kept subscribers hooked. In the first quarter of 2020 alone, Netflix added a record 15.8 million new subscribers, more than double the expected number. But the good times didn't last forever. As more and more people got vaccinated and the world slowly returned to normal, Netflix's subscriber growth began to slow down. In the second quarter of 2021, the company reported that it had lost over 400,000 subscribers in the United States and Canada, which was a huge disappointment compared to the 10 million new subscribers they had added during the same period in 2020. Netflix's primary source of revenue comes from subscription fees paid by its customers. This means that their business model relies heavily on retaining existing customers and acquiring new ones to maintain growth. However, this puts them at a disadvantage compared to competitors such as HBO and Disney, which have multiple sources of income, including theme parks, merchandise sales, and movie theater releases. In recent years, these competitors have entered the streaming market with their own platforms, such as HBO Max and Disney, posing a significant threat to Netflix's market dominance. These new entrants offer content that is exclusive to their platforms, making it more difficult for Netflix to retain its existing customer base. Another factor that contributed to Netflix's fall was the cost of the service. With inflation and economic uncertainty caused by the pandemic, many consumers had less disposable income to spend on non-essential services like streaming. And with new players in the market offering lower subscription prices, Netflix found it difficult to justify its comparatively expensive cost. Amazon has been using a loss leader strategy to compete with Netflix in the streaming video market. This strategy involves offering certain products or services at a loss, or at a price below their cost, in order to attract customers and increase market share. In Amazon's case, the company uses its Prime Video service as a loss leader. Prime Video is included as part of Amazon Prime, a subscription service that offers free shipping on Amazon purchases, as well as access to other perks such as music streaming and ebook lending. Amazon's goal is not to make a profit from Prime Video itself, but rather to use it as a tool to drive customer engagement and loyalty to its broader ecosystem of products and services. By offering Prime Video as part of a larger bundle, Amazon is able to attract and retain customers who might otherwise be drawn to competing services like Netflix. The company will need to continue to innovate and adapt to stay ahead of the competition. This may include expanding its content library, developing new technologies and platforms, and finding new ways to monetize its offerings. Ultimately, only time will tell if Netflix will survive and thrive or become another blockbuster. However, with its strong brand recognition, dedicated subscriber base, and ongoing investments in original content and technology, the company has a fighting chance to remain a major player in the streaming market.